Today in Jurassic Architect, let's tackle using maps in new ways. Hello and welcome back to Triclaw Gaming with me, Fletcher. And today I am hopefully going to give you some new ideas for using those well-worn maps. It's been a while since we got any new landscaped maps, and as a result some of you might be running out of possible new building ideas. Well, after today you might find you have some new ideas to help. I'm going to tackle 3 different maps in this video, and if you find it useful, maybe I'll tackle the rest. Let's start with the Arizona map. This is one map that I think is criminally underused. This map works really well for a number of reasons. Firstly, it's roughly an oval shape and is relatively flat, perfect for getting straight into building. For the Arizona map, I think it works well for 2 different types of park builds: the central focal point build and the web build. Here's an example of one of my builds, the Arizona Nature Reserve, and it's a perfect example of what I mean by a central focal point build. Here, a large aviary positioned in the rough centre of the map works as a focal point that the rest of the park is built around. You could do something similar with lagoons or a large central enclosure, but why restrict yourself to buildings? Here's another example using the central space for a large piece of natural landscape. In this case, it's a mountain, but why not a large lake or a large crater? A different way to build a park on this map is what I call the web. In a web park, you construct your guest entrance in the middle of the map and then build your park outwards from this central position like a web. This can get away from what I call sprawling builds, where entrances are placed at the edges of the buildable space and the build sprawls outwards. Arizona is, in my eyes, a perfect map for this sort of building. But let's move on to something a little harder. The Great Britain map, apart from it not looking like the British coast in my eyes, is probably rarely used due to its small size and strange shape. It is in some respects similar to Isla Pena, Isla Tacaño, and the Jurassic World Evolution 1 Isla Nublar North, in that it's 3 distinct sections joined by small routes. Maps like this are perfect for sectional builds, and here is an example using my mod testing. Here I've divided the map using 3 sections to represent the 3 major animal groups we have in the game. We have an area for land-based species, an area for lagoon-based species, and an area for avian species. You can build your parks around this idea, linking it by separate entrances or tour rides. An alternative method is to build in a similar way to how we used to build on Isla Tacaño, where the entrance to the park is located in the middle of the 3 zones and then you build outwards to the left and the right. You can still divide the park between species, food types, or even time periods. An advantage of the Great Britain map is that because it's smaller in size, you can really go mad with decorations and not suffer too much of a penalty cost in terms of performance. This won my award for the best map in the game, and I have seen many people building on this map, and for good reason. Its natural elevation changes and its natural features make it a wonderful map to build on, and I've never built a complete park on it, which is rather embarrassing really. Isla Nublar builds mostly start with placing the entrance next to the waterfall, which is natural, but I'm going to give you an idea that might blow your mind. Don't. Here's an alternative idea. Build your entrance and start your build on the lower section, and then build your park upwards. The lower area has a slightly more uniform shape, making it nice to build on. Isla Nublar 93's natural division between the upper and lower areas makes it natural for making 2 different park themes. For example, you might use the upper section for fenced enclosures and lagoons, and then use the lower area for a tour or large open area. You could then link the 2 with monorail or tour rides. Alternatively, you could use the much larger upper area for the tour and make a version of that hill and lake from the movie, and use the lower area for other enclosures. One more idea. Instead of using the waterfall area as an entrance, why not use this area for a dinosaur enclosure? It is easily big enough in area to be one, and has that wonderful waterfall as a background for your species. You could make this enclosure a special attraction for your park, home to a Rex or a Spinosaurus for example. So there we have it, 3 maps and some new ideas for how to start and plan your build. If this was useful, leave a like and comment down below if you'd like to see me tackle the other maps in the game and to give me your ideas for more Jurassic Architect videos. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new to the channel, and I'll see you in the next video. Until then, stay safe and goodbye.